Biden receives flat assurance that Ukraine will not use F-16 fighter jets on Russian territory.
Here's a summary of the article.
Joe Biden, President of the United States, said he had received a flat assurance from Volodymyr Zelensky that Ukrainian troops would not use Western-provided F-16 fighter jets to invade Russian territory. Details. Biden also said F-16 fighter jets could operate wherever Russian troops are within Ukraine. Quote, "I have a flat assurance from Zelensky that they will not use it to go on and move into Russian geographic territory, but wherever Russian troops are within Ukraine in the area, they will be able to do that," Biden said. The US president defended his position against the provision of F-16 fighters to Ukraine until now, arguing that in the battle for Bakhmut, for example, these fighters would not have been decisive. Earlier, the White House said that the F-16 fighters that Ukraine will receive from the Allies will be provided on the condition that they are not used for attacks on Russia. Earlier this week, the UK announced the start of an international coalition of countries aimed at training Ukrainian pilots on fourth-generation fighters, including the F-16s. It already includes the UK, the Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, the United States and Portugal. The White House also confirmed that in the coming months, the United States and allies will discuss when Ukraine will receive modern fighters, and how many of these will be delivered.
This post received a score of 13,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Yes, and the Crimean Peninsula is not Russian territory.
Exactly. With the F-16s armed correctly, Ukraine can now hit targets in occupied Crimea. Ukraine can also make Russian fighter jets stand off, further preventing Russian bombers from launching missiles at Ukraine's cities. The main problem is being capable of protecting them while they're on the ground. Airplanes lost in missions match airplanes lost in airfield bombings. It would simply be a monumental waste for an F-16 to get bombed when the goal is overmatching.
That's an issue with shorter-range fighters, but an F-16 with an air-to-air loadout has a combat radius of almost 1,000 kilometers.
Don't see why Russia shouldn't get a little of what it dishes out, to be honest.
Because the goal is simply to push Russia out of Ukraine. Attacking Russia is likely to be counterproductive, as it rallies support behind Russian leadership. Without anyone attacking Russia, the Russian government will find it increasingly difficult to justify to their public the losses. The Russian government propaganda has been desperately trying to sell this war as protecting Russia from Western aggression.
But once they've gone, there will be nothing to stop them easily just setting up all manner of crap within their own borders, and raining missiles and artillery across it, unless Ukraine destroys the logistics lines that permit the borderlands to be occupied by significant forces. Forcing Russian contingents back, well within their own borders, and making their return to the actual border itself difficult or practically impossible, will be necessary at some stage, because the fact is that as long as there is a Russian central command, there will be a desire to continue to pressure Ukraine militarily. There won't be a treaty, the Russians refuse to operate in good faith and simply surrender, retreat, and this will not change no matter how many Russian bodies get sent home. A plan must be arrived at which permits a big separation zone between Russian military and Ukraine's territory, which, again, can't be practically achieved unless the routes in and out are destroyed.
And if it gets to the point where Russia is out of Ukraine but still firing at it, then the decision can be made to start throwing back. No reason to do it preemptively.
Exactly. That'll be a mission better suited to Ukrainian F-35s, anyway.
Vladimir Putin consulted with a fortune teller. He asked, "How long will I live?" The psychic replied, "I cannot tell that, but I do know you will die on a Ukrainian holiday." "Which holiday?" Putin asked. "Whichever day you die will be a Ukrainian holiday."
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.